Hi, my name's Holly Sizer from Dorset Neuro Physio, and I'm a specialist physiotherapist in neurology and rehabilitation. And this includes balance rehab and also problems with the inner ear that can lead to vertigo and dizziness. So this is a video of 7 key exercises that help with balance and mobility issues. So it's mainly set up for older adults with balance problems or people that have some instability because of a neurological condition. The key thing is that the exercises need to be challenging, but they need to be possible. So if you're wobbling around and can't maintain the postures for any time, that's too hard. And if you're doing it really easily, then we need to progress it. So it's getting that balance, but it needs to be challenging, and you need to not be holding on in order to get better. Make sure that you've got some good supportive shoes on, enough space without obstacles, but also something nearby like a sturdy chair or work surface. And if you are a bit unsteady and a bit anxious, then have somebody near you when you try these. So I'm going to just run through them, but ideally when you get home you're going to do them for sort of 1 to 2 minutes every day, and at least twice a week if you can. And there's loads of brilliant evidence that shows that doing these specific balance training, it will improve your balance, and it can help reduce falls and improve your confidence with your walking. So let's do those exercises. So the first one is heel raises. So you can hold on just to begin with to get the idea, and you're coming up onto your tiptoes and lifting your heels up. And this is really about strength as well as balance. So it's strengthening your calf muscles, which are pushing you up onto your tiptoes. And these muscles are one of the most important muscles that help regain our balance. So if we're falling forward suddenly, these muscles help to push the feet into the floor and bring us back into the middle. So it's important to get these as strong as we can. We know that these are one of the key muscles that get weaker as we get older. So you're going to do those for 2 minutes. The next one is toe raises. So I'll stand from the side. So bringing your toes up. So it's not going backwards, sticking your bottom out. That's cheating. It's trying to keep your hips in, keep your tummy and core stable, and just lifting those toes up. And again, if that's a bit tricky, then we want these muscles to be strong. So just have light fingertip touch on a chair in order to do these muscle activities. So that for 2 minutes if you can. And then the next one is weight transference. So basically taking your weight forwards and back. So keeping your feet fairly flat, and you'll feel your muscles having to work hard to maintain that balance. And then side to side. So taking weight from one leg to the other, trying to keep fairly sort of upright in your posture. Good. And then forwards and back, onto your tiptoes, onto your heels, only going as far as you can maintain that balance. If you go too far, you'll have to do a much bigger movement. So we're just going for small movements. And then what you can do is around the clock, so going 12 o'clock, imagine you're in the middle of the clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, so you're going off in different directions. It's much harder to do the diagonals backwards, so just be careful, have that surface near you. So that's the fourth one. The next one is, sorry, that was the third one. Number 4 is feet together. So feet close together, and you're just going to balance there. So when we're not very confident with our balance, we tend to adopt our feet in quite a wide position. And so bringing your feet in as close as you can and just maintaining that balance, keeping your core nice and stable and strong. And if that's too easy, you can either close your eyes and keep that balance, and you might find that you've just got a little bit more of what we call postural sway, where you're moving side to side, or you can open your eyes and look side to side. And that's really sort of functional, because when we go out and about, we want to look around us, we want to window shop when the shops are open, we want to talk to the person that we're walking with. Good. And then the next one, so number 5, is sit to stand. So literally going from a sitting position to a standing position, not using your arms, and trying to do that in a fairly controlled way. So you're not flopping back, going back too far, your head is coming over, say nose over your toes. So you're having to come right far forward. And if people are nervous about standing up, they tend to lean back, and actually it's much harder to stand up. So getting that confidence to come right forwards. And again, to make it harder, you can do the same exercise with your feet together. So from a smaller base. And this is a really good exercise for working our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, all those muscles that we need for strength in order to improve our strength for walking, and also muscles that we need to have a good force to help us maintain our balance. And then you can also do one foot in front of the other and stand up. So those variations for a couple of minutes. That's it. And then the next one, number 6, is tandem standing. So standing as if you're on a tightrope. So standing with one foot in front of the other. Again, keeping your posture upright, nice and stable, and just maintaining that balance. And it's the leg behind that's doing most of the work. So we'll swap over. And this is really working the glute muscles, and particularly the glute muscle on the side, your glute medius and minimus, and the hip stability, which helps us maintain our balance. If we're sort of going over too far, this muscle works hard to keep us upright and bring us back. So that one, and then obviously swap over for 2 minutes. If that's too tricky and you can't maintain that position, then you can just have your feet slightly further apart. So they're still close together, but they're not in a complete straight line. So just slightly further apart, and again even further if it's tricky. But as you get better, you're working and aiming for this position. And again, to make it harder, you can have a go at taking your head side to side or closing your eyes. And also to make it more dynamic, you can practice almost walking on a tightrope as well, forwards and backwards on that tightrope. Okay, and then the last exercise, so these are getting progressively more challenging, is standing on one leg. If you're not very confident, hold on initially to get onto that leg and just hover your other leg just near to the ground so you can quickly put it down. But you're aiming for a nice, again, tall position, hips and core nice and stable, and that leg up, maintaining that good posture. Sometimes easier if you look forward and have a point to maintain that. And then obviously on the other side as well. So 2 minutes on each side if you can. So these 7 key exercises are going to take you, if you do them for 1 to 2 minutes, it's going to take you sort of 10 to 15 minutes. And ideally like every day, or at least 2 to 3 times a day. And this can really progress your balance, and it helps to reduce your risk of falls and improve your confidence. So hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions, or if you feel like it'd be useful to have a one-to-one, then please contact me at Dorset Neuro Physio, and Karen and I can either do home visits or see you at the clinic. Okay, good luck.